How typical that the most important question Liz Truss or Rishi Sunak could be asked during this entire leadership campaign. It didn't come from an MSM journalist or TV presenter. They no longer seem to ask the questions that really matter. Instead, it was from a member of the public at last night's Conservative Party hustings in Exeter. Watch.
Can I just ask you if you would ever authorise another lockdown?
No, I wouldn't.
Do you think lockdown was a bad idea?
Well, every single chance I was given the opportunity to express a view, I was on the favour of doing less rather than more on lockdowns and opening up the economy earlier. The fact is I wasn't part of the key COVID committee. I was the International Trade Secretary. I was spending my time trying to get all these trade deals done.
That answer is confirmation of what I've known for the past 2 years. Liz Truss was not in favour of the devastating COVID lockdowns that destroyed our economy and trampled all over our civil liberties. Think about virtually every crisis this country is currently facing. The cost of living hell, labour shortages, the NHS backlog, an education deficit and a mental health epidemic, to name just a few. All of them have their roots in the completely ludicrous and unnecessary way the Western world followed China into totalitarian lockdowns for COVID, with the establishment and globalist elite then convincing themselves it was the right decision. Given the seismic consequences of a lockdown policy, which was never part of our pandemic policy, you must agree with me that it's strange. It's never virtually mentioned, ever, by the media or the ruling class. It makes me so goddamn angry that not one journalist at any of the TV debates or hustings even asked one question about the lockdown policy until that brilliant woman raised the elephant in the room last night. No policy matters more. No policy has destroyed our finances in this way or destroyed so many lives. The reason they don't want to discuss the growing proof that lockdowns are the biggest public health policy of all time is because it shows just how wrong they were. Wrong to destroy children's education for 2 years. Wrong to deny folk the chance to sit with loved ones as they took their last breath on earth. Wrong to cancel weddings. Wrong to shutter businesses. Wrong to discourage treatment of non-COVID conditions. I will say, in fairness, Rishi Sunak was also one of the more lockdown-sceptical senior cabinet ministers. But as Chancellor, he only stepped in to stop restrictions being introduced over Omicron, which was in December.
Flew back to this country to stop us sleepwalking into a national lockdown, because we were hours away from a press conference that was going to lock this country down again because of Omicron. And I came back and fought very hard against the system because I believe that would be the wrong thing for this country, with all the damage it would have done to businesses, to children's education, to people's lives. No, but
that was great. Absolutely. Well done on that, Mr. Sunak. But I would say it was also too little too late by December 2021. I'm also concerned, I will admit, that the lockdown zealots of the current administration, like, Matt Hancock and Michael Gove and Sajid Javid, are far more likely to secure roles under Sunak as Prime Minister. Today I've heard all the usual suspects say that Truss has been irresponsible to make such a blanket statement. Wrong. She would have been irresponsible not to. That doesn't mean there can't be responsible public health messaging if there's another virus. But now we know the consequences. Locking the British public in their homes by law should not be viewed as a solution to anything.